Hi, it's 35 degrees outside. Humidity you could cut with a knife. I would love to be the kind of person who can make videos outside, but unfortunately I am inside every day by 8 o'clock at the moment because here in Japan the weather is terrible and will continue to be for the next couple of months. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I hope somebody someday will listen and give me advice on my many problems and maybe learn a thing or two about gardening in Japan. Today I want to talk about okra or okura in Japanese, or lady's fingers as I knew them when I was growing up. For me, as a Brit, I mainly came across them in Indian cooking, in Indian recipes, but in Japan we use them a lot too, and at the end of this video I'm going to share a couple of very simple recipes with the okra that I've harvested over the last couple of days. So why okra? Okra love this weather. They just adore high humidity and high temperatures. In fact, you really can't sow them until the temperatures are in the 20s. Any earlier and they just won't take. I always start them off at after Golden Week, so towards the middle of May, and I start harvesting sometime in June. They're very, very fast to grow if you plant them late enough. And once they start cropping, you can get a harvest of them all the way through until probably the latest for me would be October, middle of October, and that's usually because I need the ground for something else that I want to grow, usually beans. So there are a few things you need to know about okra to grow them successfully. I've made a few videos after this to explain what I do in my garden and talk you through it.
At the back of the house I have two groups of okra. This is the first group, the group that was planted first. I had a week away, just over a week, about 10 days away in summer, where it was just left to its own devices really. It got a big outbreak of caterpillars. A lot of the leaves disappeared. It's only just coming back to normal. There are a few places where there are still caterpillars on the leaves. Every day I'm checking for leaves that are rolled in somewhere. So somewhere on the leaf you'll find a section like this here where the leaf has rolled up. So every morning I come out, I unroll the leaf, and then if I find the caterpillar, I squash it. So okay. Here's another leaf that's rolled over, if you see. If I just take it, pull it open, you'll find the caterpillar, and then I just squash it with my fingers and wipe off the eggs, or the poo I think it is actually, that's on there. And I've been doing this for about 10 days since I came back from my holiday. The leaves have gotten much better. A sign of a healthy okra is big leaves like that with no damage whatsoever. I'm actually going to come back now and take off some of the lower leaves, since my plants have really seemed to have come back a lot. All these leaves down here can come down. This helps with pest control. Less leaves, less likely for caterpillars to make their homes in your okra and easier to catch on. And it also apparently increases production. Oh, there's another caterpillar. Just kill that one off there, unroll the leaf, hope it survives. I think today I only have 2 rolled leaves. That's a very good sign. So I'm just going to come back now with some scissors and chop off this leaf, this leaf, this leaf, this leaf, and this leaf, and just leave the top leaves that are in reasonably good condition now after a week. Put this one back, and now I'm checking the new leaves. If you look closely, there is another little caterpillar hiding in the brand new leaves. That's just going to get destroyed. I've cut back all the leaves now from the lower parts of the trees. They look a bit like lollipops when they're done. I'll just move back so you can see. But I did actually manage to find 5 more caterpillars by doing that. So it definitely helps to have less leaves and have them at the top so you can keep an eye on the caterpillars. If you don't have caterpillars, that's great, but I get caterpillars every time at the end of August. So this is a running battle for me every year to keep my okra producing all through to the end of September. We should get another month of okra, so it's important for me to keep an eye on the caterpillars. This is the second group of okra flowers, okra plants. These were planted when the potatoes finished, almost immediately actually, very sadly. They are producing well, and because they only just started producing when I went away, although they have had caterpillars, I've been able to keep on top of them. If you look, the leaves are much healthier. They're quite thin because if you have a look at the okra, you'll see I was mentioning before that if the leaves are quite thin, these ones are fattened up quite well, but they need more fertilizer, or they've been overwatered, or of course underwatered. I put some more fertilizer down, some chicken manure down, and that really seems to have done the trick. The leaves are getting much wider and are quite prolific. As you can see, there's quite a lot of leaves. I actually have quite a few okra that need harvesting. If you have a look underneath. Okay, so let's go. So when I harvest these okra, I will take the bottom leaf under the fruit that I take off. I will take the bottom leaf off too. And then I have some more coming at the back, and some more down here. So these okra are doing really much better than the other ones, but I'm hoping that by about next week the other group of okra will be recovered from the horrible aphids and caterpillars that are attacking them now. Right, so I'm just gonna put you down while I harvest my comparison. I took off all these leaves from these plants. They're all healthy. I didn't find one caterpillar. I harvested 6 okra. There are quite a few okra that will be ready probably tomorrow, at the most the next day. Okra go very fast, and they are not nice. They are not nice if you don't get them young. One of the big advantages of growing your own okra is that you can harvest them while they're still small, soft, and inside the seeds are still quite small. There's nothing worse than making an okra dish that is full of great big seeds. So I can't see any damage on any of the new heads. I think we're good. This one has a few ants on, which means aphids. I just pop in and give the plant a bit of a rush with my hands. And this one is recovering from caterpillars, but it's getting there. Healthy with 2 flowers, healthy with lots of buds. I think we're good. So I will come out again tomorrow, but I just wanted to show you how many leaves you can take off in one sitting just from giving them a haircut. Next, we'll look at how to use okra in the kitchen. Now I'm going to make a very, very quick recipe using okra. And I have my okra here from my garden from the last 2 days. And I have 1 pickled plum. This is a pickled plum that we pickle ourselves. Pickled plum in Japanese is umeboshi. And personally, I think shop-bought ones in honey, things like that, are just a bit too sweet for this recipe. But that might just be because I always eat my umeboshi homemade, so I'm used to them having a bit more of a kick to them. Plus, the only other ingredient we need is sesame oil or goma abura. Just these 3 things. Now, if I were buying okra from the shops, and most Japanese families would be, the first thing I would do to prep my okra would be to sprinkle some salt on top and then roll the okra with my hand just like this, just to take some of the little hairs off the top of the okra off, just soften them and just add to the taste. Then they quickly wash the salt off and blanch them in water. So I'm not going to do that step, but if you buy your okra from the shop, I recommend you do that. I'm just going to top the okra now and blanch them in boiling water. The pickled plum or the umeboshi, remove the stone, and then you take the flesh of the plum, the pickled plum, and you chop it up as finely as you possibly can. And then you add the plum and about a tablespoonful of sesame oil to your bowl. Because they're so small, it won't take very long. It's probably a minute. Take them off the heat, drain the okra, and then cool them down as fast as you can. Much easier said than done when you're only using 1 hand. Your pickled plum and sesame oil, goma abura, and mix it up a little bit. You don't have to worry about this too much because once you add the okra, you'll be mixing it again. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut up our okra longwise, so I have little stars, and as finely as you can. It's all chopped up. Just add the okra to your plum and sesame oil. And then stir up for about a minute. You want to get it to be a little bit, the word in Japanese is neba neba. I guess that kind of translates as slimy, but doesn't sound so great with food. But you need to get the consistency from the okra that you get from stirring it up. So once you've stirred it up, if you have a look, you'll see that it's all kind of together. That's the neba neba that we call in Japanese. Makes it kind of stringy and delicious. It's very refreshing. It needs to go in the fridge now to be nice and cold when you eat it. And personally, I think okra should be eaten on the day that you cook it. It's not one of those things that lasts particularly well. The color kind of fades. It won't kill you or anything, but personally I think to eat it quickly is probably best.
So enjoy if you cook it and tell me what you think of it.